Hello, my name is Victory's Concepts, or Victory Articulates, and welcome to the next video. So, we're going to be talking about what is real and what is normal. These words have completely lost their meaning in every way possible. Everybody is around here talking about it, and everybody is around just spamming the words real and normal. What even is real and normal? What is reality? How can you discern what is real and what ain't? What I can say about this is that what is real is what you make of life. If you are progressing and if you are at a state where you are financially stable in every way, mentally comfortable, and you are physically in shape, your health is, you don't have to be physically in shape. Like, you don't need to have abs and you don't need to be like a bodybuilder or anything, but all you need to do is you just need to feel healthy. You need to feel like you can get up every morning, take care of shit when you gotta take care of it, and just sit back and enjoy yourself. That's what's real. This fakeness, this reality, as we call it, is these rented houses, these expensive ass gas prices, these expensive subscriptions. I've talked about this before in other videos, but that's what's fake. Because when I came into this world, I thought that this was a starter pack. I thought that I was programmed to have a house. I was programmed to go to school. Well, I was programmed to enjoy life. I was programmed to do good in school. But in reality, it was all a lie, every bit of it. Everything had to be paid for. Nobody could survive without having a bunch of money. As I got older, I started to feel the weight because I had to be put in the same position as my parents were in. And things are good now, but as an adult, you have to feel the weight that the people who took care of you were in. So now you gotta try to figure out how to protect your peace, make sure that you don't have to go bankrupt or have any debt, and you have to feel good in your own skin. Same thing as protect your peace. Because this world is confusing. This reality is confusing. Morals are constantly thrown around. Lies are being spread. And it's all confusing you. People are telling you that you should ignore certain things. People are telling you that you should listen. People are just spouting a whole bunch of nonsense to get you hooked on certain stuff. And you can't keep up with it. That's why I am the way I am right now. That's the reason why I overthink. This is why I don't post. This is why I don't do the things I want to actually do, because MFs are spreading a whole bunch of nonsense my way, and it's just like, bro, I'm almost omnipresent at this point. Like, I'm not physically omnipresent, but I'm like everywhere at once. I can see everything that people are doing. I can hear every memory, see every memory, see every thought. And it's like, what is even real? Am I even in the same reality as I was before? And the thing is the crazy part is, as a 20-year-old, you would expect that someone like me would have had their life together and would have been rich like someone like Clavicular or someone else. But in reality, that's not even the case. It ain't. And that's totally fine. I can accept that. I'm happy for everybody else who did get rich, everybody else who sacrificed their fear to chase something bigger and help other people at the cost of being hated. I appreciate that. There's nothing absolutely wrong with that. Now, selling your soul is the worst thing that you can do. and the realness of it. All these people, all these businessmen, all these people, all these businessmen from 18 to about 50, they know what they're doing. They made what's real. The internet is trying to detour that. They're trying to shift reality into something that it shouldn't be. And then even before then, without the internet, years ago when the internet was even a thing, I questioned what people were doing then to shift reality and make things not what they seem. Because the media loves to lie about everything and twist the narrative, and people are so desensitized that people get dehumanized. And I hate it so much because I can't force myself to hate on other people. I don't find that shit real. I don't find these claims and these terms and these labels to be real. It is just, people are just so, they're used to this shit. You know? And of course, actions have consequences, as people say. Because when people actually do bad stuff, they end up in jail or have to do community service. And I sometimes question, since the renting of the houses and all of this nonsense, if this shit isn't real, and what's actually reality is how successful you get and how freer you are, jail, how is it real or is it fake? Well, I'll just say this. Jail is real because it takes your freedom from you for countless years, sometimes even a couple months. And it depends on the crime you did and how long the judge is sentencing you. Sometimes it's community service. It all takes your freedom away from you physically. So that is already a problem. And then when you're isolated and when you got to deal with people who hate you in jail and are constantly, you know, I'm not going to go in depth about what they do. I don't care. I mean, it's just like your freedom is taken from you. So yes, it is real. That is real, which is why most people fear. That's why most people fear doing the wrong thing. And the people who don't fear doing the wrong thing are pushing boundaries. They're pushing boundaries. And it's mainly young people, like teenagers, vandalizing shit and stealing and just like bullying adults. And it's just like getting into fights, shooting people in school, pulling out a gun at a bully at school. It's just like they don't understand that their freedom can be taken away from them because they have free spirit, but they don't realize the consequences. And the consequences is that your physical and mental freedom will be taken from you over time. That's what people do not realize. And it just seems like everybody in this world, no matter who you see, secretly wants your freedom revoked from you. It doesn't matter who it is. Everybody's misrepresented. Everybody's misunderstood. And then you question why we want to go to places that isn't Earth. Why we want to get the fuck off of this planet. Why do you want to become a ghost? You know? Now you question why we don't even want to be on Earth, because we question if this shit is even real or if it ain't. Because when we were born, we were programmed to think that everything was made for us, because we were programmed to think that we could have houses. It's basically a starter pack. When we first came here, we thought that we had the starter pack, but in reality, we didn't. The only reason why we had the starter pack was because if our parents ended up in situations, then our life would be affected too in the worst way possible. We wouldn't even really have our parents to have our back like that. So that's the worst part about it. So jail, I do ask if it's real or if it's fake. But yeah, it is real because it physically takes your freedom from you for countless years. And people can't stay out of jail. They constantly get into fights over and over and over again, or constantly stealing, and then they're wondering why they can't get out of jail. They can't. They have to just throw away their freedom for what? Now, I am a firm believer. I usually try to understand innocent before guilty. Always. And it is something that I normally just don't like talking about. I have been misrepresented. My friends have been misrepresented. People close to me has been misrepresented. A family member of mine might have been misrepresented. Somebody I look up to online might have been misrepresented. So I don't take sides first. I look at what's real. I look at the probability chances of something being fake. Because everything is always fake. And don't even get me started by the way people act. The people who are NPCs or act like cartoon characters, they're the real ones. Well, not the NPC shit, but I'm talking about the people who act fictional, the people who express themselves in goofy ways and quote unquote cringe ways. They're the real people. The people who always criticize and jump fences to get at others, they're the fake ones. They're the fake ones. We got fake people. We got fake lifestyles. We got a fake world. Fake news. Fake everything. So what's real is what you make of life. If you're mentally free, you should be good. If you're not worried about what anybody thinks of you and you're not worried about losing everything, then you should be good. Yet I have yet to do that. But everything takes time. These views take time. These videos take time to actually blow up. And I know I sound irritated in this video, but it's just like, it doesn't get any worse than this. The time is going by each and every day, and it just does not get worse. The next time I look up, I'm going to be 21 years old. And then I'm going to question, why didn't I take the initiative to drop more content? Why didn't I take the initiative to experiment and see what works and what wasn't? Because nothing is impossible, just really difficult and confusing. And most people don't want you to understand. They don't want you to see the cracks. They don't want you to find the secret. They don't want you to find what works and what sticks. Because once they do, then they will basically attack you in the comments section and be like, oh, bro just posted, bro found his password, bro found the glitch in the matrix. Well, yeah, a glitch in the matrix is good, but it's just like, they don't want you to get better. They don't want you to find what sticks. But sometimes you have no choice. You gotta sacrifice people's perception of you to feel free. And that's the most realest thing of all, is to feel free, to be yourself and to be authentic, and to create an army of authentic, optimistic soldiers. And not to be in some cult kind of way, not a cult. I want people to have their own opinions and to think for themselves and to be kinder and not just drop drama because they're miserable with their lives. That would be nice. But, you know,